Our next song is one of my favorites from when I was a kid. So it talks about a man who was really wise, and he built his house upon a rock. And there was this foolish man. Do you remember what he built his house upon? The sand. So we're going to sing this song, and the chorus, or it's really the second and fourth verse, which I didn't realize that. I always thought it was the chorus. But we talk about the rains coming down. And so when we do that part, I want you to go all the way down to the floor. And then when the floods come up, bring the floods up. And when we say up, you'll go up and jump real high. All right, so we've got a lot of a cappella songs. It's going to be fun. So the wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon a rock, and the rains came tumbling down. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up, and the house on the rock stood still. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand, and the rains came tumbling down. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up, and the house on the sand washed away. All right, y'all. Who do you want your faith to be like? Do you want let me take a step back. So, what is sand like? When you've been to the beach and the wind blows, what happens to the sand? Does it move around? Blow into your eyes? I've had sand in my eyes before at the beach. So it moves. It moves anytime you kick it. It moves anytime the water comes up on it. It moves anytime the wind blows, anytime a car drives on it. Sand is so easy to move. But a rock, when the wind hits it, big rocks don't move. When I try to push big rocks, they often don't move. So that's how I want to be. And that's how I hope each of you are with your faith. We don't want to move like the sand does, just with what other people say or what we read, but we want to be firm like that rock. And how do you think that we become firm? Yeah, by reading the scriptures, by praying, attending church. There's so many ways to be firm that you can just grow and grow your testimony. And I know that as you do, that you will draw closer to Christ. So I want to sing the wise man part again, because that's my favorite one. So we've got, the wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man built his house upon a rock, and the rains came tumbling down. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up, and the house on the rock stood still. And as y'all follow the commandments of God and read every day and pray to Him, that will be your testimony no matter what comes your way.